You remember, right, bro? What did I say?
Yeah.
What's the biggest date app in the world? Instagram.
It's Instagram.
100%.
Yeah.
For sure.
It really is.
It is, bro.
You shouldn't get a girl's number anymore. Just get her Instagram account.
Why?
Yeah.
I mean, why? Unless you want FaceTime.
Yeah.
Close the date.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty much
Like, why
it.
grab the number? Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, an Instagram close could be pretty legit. I say get both, but yes, I mean, in today's day and age, yeah, that's you got to grab the IG
Instagram
too.
is great because it allows you to brag with somebody else's mouth. It's like in the old days when you're at a social party, you're talking to two people, you walk off, you want the other person to turn to the girl that you're targeting and be like,
Yes.
do you know who that is?
Yeah.
You know, he's the psychiatrist.
Yeah.
He's going to clinical psychiatrist. It's like, oh. It's always more impressive when someone else brags about you.
Of course.
And that's what Instagram does. You can brag about yourself, but it looks like someone else is doing. It's a very curated peephole into your life. And so it allows you to show people the impressive things about you without being overtly...
I look at as a real estate guy, right? You know, it's all about getting passive income, you know, not necessarily working for your money. Instagram, if you set it up correctly, can give you passive demonstrations of higher value, passive DHV, right? Just like money coming in without you trying, your Instagram profile will increase your value without you trying because it's there. Girls are able to look at it on their own time, and then boom, your profile demonstrates higher value for you, and then you're able to create social proof. And then if she follows you, if she looks at your stories, you're able to consistently show social proof without being try hard or showing it to her directly.
And you made a good point because think about it. Back in the day, like you mentioned, you want someone to talk about you to that woman.
Mm-hmm.
However, nowadays, it's kind of like the actual Instagram itself talks for you, and as well, it buffers you because, once again, if she doesn't like you, she won't respond. So you know off rip, hey, you weren't that guy that she wants to actually take out or be with.
Mm-hmm.
So
You guys are absolutely right. One of the things that men do poorly with respect to women, it's like that little knowledge is a dangerous thing. They learn, oh, women like high value men. So all I need to do is demonstrate on the date that I have a lot of money, that I have a lot of status. So they talk a lot and they bore the woman, and he just comes off as try hard or douchey. And
good point.
What I always say to guys, it's like good literature: show, don't tell, and if possible, allow her to discover the impressive things about you. Right?
Yeah.
So it's always more impressive if someone finds out that you have a Porsche.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know anybody who's run a marathon who hasn't told anybody that they were running a marathon?
Yeah.
Like, I think it might
That's
be
true.
physically impossible for someone to do that. But
Yeah.
like if that were true, it would seem so much more valuable.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, you know, we've said it, shout out to our guy Donovan Sharp, discovery always trumps disclosure.
Absolutely.
Every single time, especially with women. And yeah, it's a very delicate balance of like getting your shit together and being higher value, higher status, but like not necessarily bragging about it, and having someone else or having something else do it for you so that she could kind of find it on her own.
I can't tell you how many girls have the issue where the guy would be like, oh my God, like, you know what I do for a living? I'm successful. Look at my cars. It's like, bro, you just ruined it. Versus
Totally.
goes to your Instagram page. Oh, wow. Is that his car? No way.
Yeah.
And it just sees it after the fact. You win.
And if
10
you're
times
lucky
over.
enough to have a Porsche, I tell guys that the best place for it is in the background.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
what's more impressive, you have a Porsche, or that you're so rich that your Porsche is just your car and it doesn't have to be the focus of the picture? Because I guarantee they're going to notice that there's a Porsche in the picture, or a
Yeah.
Ferrari, whatever you happen to have.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
You can leave little like breadcrumbs for women to kind of follow back to the impressive things, but you should always allow them to discover those things.
I have a new thing that I do now.
What's
so,
that?
for example, let's say I have just her phone number, right? I don't have her Instagram. I'll say, hey, you know what? I'll come pick you up in a Toyota Corolla. It'll be black, of course. I pull up in black, but it's actually a G-Wagon. It's hilarious because to see how they respond to it, it's funny as hell, bro. It's funny.
So what's your...
Did you get your cars back, by the way? Last time I was here, you said that Walter had to sell most of his cars. You get any of your cars back?
Oh, he was trolling. He was trolling. He was trolling, man. Actually, I'm getting a new one tomorrow.
Oh, yeah? You want to spill?
No. You'll see it on Instagram. There you go.
But yeah, so your opinion has changed on the Passport Bro movement in general, I guess, or you've kind of seen why they're doing what they're doing.
I think I've just accommodated myself to American women so much over the last, 10 years, 20 years. And it's like, okay, there's ways of making do. There are quality women out there and you have to learn how to vet and filter for them. But it was great to be in a place where it was respectful, lovely, feminine, elegant women. I mean, it was a treat.
Yeah, and I think because we get asked so many times, like, yo, what are your thoughts on Passport Bros, blah, blah, blah. And I've always said, like, dude, if you want to go abroad and find a girl, you can do that. But understand, that American women don't give a fuck. I don't know why you guys want us to talk so much about passport bros as if American women care. Because like the funny part is that like I say, oh, I'm going abroad. Fuck this shit. Fuck America. Fuck the West. I'm gonna go find girls abroad. Do it. But understand that American women, number one, they're not going to change, and then number two, they really don't care, guys. Like when they ask that question on the super chat, I'll be like, you know what? Let's raise our hands. How many of you guys know about passport bros? Like maybe one girl on the show might know.
One.
But
Really?
in general, most girls have zero concept of this idea of men leaving the West to go find women. Most women don't
When
know
they
what
learn
it is.
about it, they generally are very antagonistic to the idea.
And if they do find about it, exactly, they'll lose even more respect for like men that do it.
They might laugh about it or roast you, but that's about it.
Because they don't understand that quite literally, yes, there's a cesspool in the dating market for men here in the United States where it's like you got to work really hard for virtually nothing. So it makes sense a lot of times to go abroad. But even if you mention that, like in her eyes, in Western women's eyes, they're going to look at it like, oh, well, you have to do that because you're of lower sexual market value.
I think the only way they'll actually feel the pain is if the guy that they actually want is the one doing it. Guys that they don't care about, oh, you can leave, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But all the guys that they cared about, 6 foot, successful, went abroad, then they would care.
Yeah.
So they have to.
Yeah, but women in general really don't give a fuck about what men think and what we're doing or what we're experiencing. And I think men need to just understand that they really don't care and stop asking, what do women think about the passport bros movement? Most of them have zero clue.
Mm-hmm.